Like there was that weird feeling, and I was thinking maybe an older cousin, an older sibling. Like
so you felt it was like an older person.
Yeah, for me it was like,
but not like like another kid in her grade or something. It didn't feel like that.
When these messages started to become more explicit, that's when things start going through your head. Like, okay, who is it? A coach? Is it?
Got it. Yeah, it's older.
It felt a disconnect because I felt it was descriptive for me. I was like, I don't know if you have that vocabulary.
Yeah, like okay, I'll put it into context. She used the word creamy.
Okay, Liza, be honest. Do you answer texts from an unknown number?
Absolutely not. I barely answer text messages from people I do know.
True. I'm still waiting for you to reply to one I sent you last week.
Well, on today's episode, we're diving into the new Netflix documentary, Unknown Number.
And we've got a special guest here joining us, Natalie, to help unpack all the twists and turns.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm good.
Morning.
Thanks, Natalie, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. I don't think you were with the second season, right? I think it was just the first season.
Was it in first season?
It's been a while. Yeah. So what's new with you? We were just talking about you moving your daughter to Canada.
Yeah, for
Toronto.
college. And I stopped working full-time at the school.
Yes.
I took a year completely off. Yeah. And I'm back now, part-time, volunteering in the College and Career Center.
Yeah. I know, it's so exciting to have you back. So
I'm doing some projects at the district office. So just still trying to get things going.
Yeah. Are you an empty nester?
I am not, because our middle child who graduated from college moved back home.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. How is that going?
Yeah, it's going fine, actually. Yeah. It's.
Is it nice to have?
Yeah, and we're trying to look at it more like a roommate situation, in the sense of trying to give her some more freedom and autonomy than because she's now a full adult that has graduated from college.
How hard is it to not be in full mom mode?
I think I was down with the full mom mode.
Were you?
Yeah. And then our youngest one staying a year with us to go to college, we already did that transition. She was not in high school anymore. She was in college already. And so we had the time and to just realize, we were done with the full nuclear family type. It's 3 adults in the house. I mean, a couple, my husband and I. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. I just sent my daughter off to college. She goes to SF, but it's her first year. So
it is. Is she your oldest or your?
She's my only.
Only, okay. Yeah.
She's my only.
So new experience for you.
It is. It's definitely a new experience. Something. I mean, there's no playbook to do this. Nope. So you have to kind of just figure out the whole balancing act between them being your kid and wanting to protect them to just letting them figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a little harder when it's your only, because for me, when the oldest left, I still was in mom mode with the younger two. Mm-hmm. So I guess I didn't crave continuing to have that role in the oldest's life. Mm-hmm. It was okay to let go one of them.
Nice.
Yes. And so I imagine that you have to process everything I processed over almost like 7 years for myself. You have to process all that pretty fast.
Yeah, I feel like I have to, my natural instinct is just to say no. Like just whatever she says, no. But obviously, she's not going to learn or grow if I keep doing that, right? So it is a process.
Yeah. I learned that they just have it. If you did what you were supposed to do the first 18 years, they just have it.
Yes.
Have very different children, right? With very different personality. Liza knows them a little bit. Yeah. But all 3 of them, they never ended up doing something really stupid, right? I know a few
that you know of.
Things they did. Yeah. I imagine nothing was that stupid, because then you would find out if it was that stupid. So, so I've known some stuff, and then probably some I don't know, but it wasn't life-changing or life-altering.
Yes.
So it was okay.
Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of parenting and being a mom, after watching this documentary, it makes me feel like the best mom ever.
Same, right? I was watching it. I'm like, okay, I will never blame myself for anything.
So today we're going to talk about the Netflix documentary. It's called Unknown Number. Natalie, I know you watched this last night. This was crazy because you just all of it like last minute was like, you know what? I'm going to join you guys tomorrow. And I told you the topic and you're like, Unknown Number, is that on Netflix? I'm gonna watch it now. And she was texting me as she was watching it because she's like, who is it? I'm like, just keep watching. And Debbie, have you seen this?
I have not seen it, but I did obviously do my research on it. It sounds a little, I mean, are we doing spoilers here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Warning, spoiler alert. If you have not seen this documentary, you need to watch it.
And if you want to watch it, don't listen to this until after.
Yeah, just pause, take the 90 minutes and come back. It's worth it.
Yeah. So you know what happens, right?
I do. So the title of this, like you mentioned, it's a Netflix. The title is Unknown Number, the High School Catfish.
Yes.
And so as I was kind of reading through, I'm already kind of figuring out on my end, like, oh, I know what the story is all about. And then as you get into the end, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of go through the timeline of events here. So this happened in 2020. I didn't realize it was this long ago. Mm-hmm. So this starts off with she was 13 years old at the time, and her name is Lauren, and she has a boyfriend named Owen. So, they been together, I think at this point, like a year. Their families were really close. Owen's family and Lauren's family, they all had family gatherings together. Lauren's mom and Owen's mom were like pretty much BFFs, right?
And this takes place in Michigan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And all of a sudden, Lauren starts receiving these text messages from an unknown number. And first, there are things like, Owen wants me and he's breaking up with you and you don't deserve him. Like things like that. And then when you watch it, you're like, okay, this is like normal.
Yeah.
We worked out of high school. It's normal high school.
Yeah, the first few ones are like typical, whatever, jealous girl that wants the boy.
Yes. Yeah. And so, after that, the messages stop for a while. September 2021, the harassment starts again. Lauren starts receiving these text messages. But at this time around, these messages are very explicit and inappropriate. Like, I say inappropriate things. I don't even want to repeat what these messages were saying.
Okay, so now I want to know what is that? Because like inappropriate as in
sexual,
very sexual, explicit.
Like talking about Owen, like, Owen like, I don't even want to repeat it because it's just like your mouth drops. It's like, oh my God, what kind of teenager is texting this?
That's it. And for me, I mean, maybe I'm a little naive and I did bring my girls up a little sheltered, but still I can't imagine them at 13, 14 to have that type of vocabulary. And again, I might be naive, I think boys might have access to that vocabulary a little early, but on average, I think girls don't have access to that type of as descriptive at 13-year-old.
So it was sexual, it was descriptive, and probably what just kind of threw you guys off is because of the age, or is it just, even if you were an adult reading this?
Even that, like, yeah.
Well, I mean, definitely wouldn't text that myself, but
you haven't.
But I don't know. I mean, I think at an older crowd, I could see some community talking maybe a little more openly and being a little less shocked.
But the thing is, these are 13-year-olds.
So I think that's what really kind of just surprised from this round of texting, right?
Yes.
Is the explicitness at that age.
Yes.
Because I think, did you guys, as you guys were watching this, did you assume it was just kind of another teenage girl?
Well, I mean, I went back to my text to make sure, because that's why I was kind of texting Liza to see, I don't want after the fact to say, oh, I was thinking that. I was like, is that a parent? Like, there was that weird feeling, and I was thinking maybe an older cousin, an older sibling. Like,
so you felt it was like an older person.
Yeah, for me, it was like,
but not like like another kid in her grade or something. It didn't feel like that.
After when these messages started to become more explicit, then that's when I was like,
it can't.
that's when things start going through your head. Like, okay, who is it? A coach? Is it?
Got it.
Yeah.
Somebody a little, it's older.
It felt a disconnect because I felt even if a boy watches porn, or probably some young girls watch porn. I don't want to be too sexist, but I don't know still if they would have that vocabulary. It was descriptive for me. I was like, I don't know if you have that vocabulary.
Like, okay, I'll put it into context. She used the word creamy.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
but not only the sexual messages. I mean, there was some emotional abuse too. She was being called an anorexic bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She had a flat ass. Yes,
attacking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like just things like that. And they actually, whoever was texting Lauren knew things about her, like knew her nickname, like they called her Low. Mm-hmm. So they were calling her Low. Knew the classes that she had in high school.
So this person had somewhat of an intimate knowledge of who this person, who she was.
Yes.
It wasn't somebody random.
No, they knew it was someone in the circle. They would refer to conversations that were happening that same day or even less than an hour before. So
now, because I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
So as this starts unfolding and she's getting it, is she letting people know that she's getting these types of messages, or is it just between her and her boyfriend?
Oh no, Owen's family knew, Lauren's family knew, like everybody knew of these text messages. And your first thought as a parent is like, change the number.
Yeah, I know.
Block the number. I was
screaming at the no documentary the whole time. Like, really? Like, there's nothing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's funny because one of the moms were like, well, I don't want to have her change her number. Why does she have to change her number?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of thinking about for myself, if Vanessa ever told me, which I believe she would, I would just be like, just don't pick it up.
Yeah.
Or it's a text.
They were all text messages.
Text on it.
And these messages were coming like hundreds a day.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even just like like they were just coming one after the other.
Oh.
Yeah. And same to Owen. I mean, neither of them.
It? What? You can't silent it?
I think at this point, I mean, because, the phone is still our only communication tool with the outside world and with our actual friends, right? I think the only solution I could think of is changing the number, right? Just like Liza said. But I think it was playing into it's when it touches the same subject as if you tell a victim you should move away so that you're not, or if you're being bullied in the school, when they move the bully, when they move the victim instead of moving the bully. Right? Mm-hmm. It plays into that concept that why should the victim continue suffering from that, exactly. Right?
Yes.
So I think
that makes sense.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's why they don't want to change the number. First, they thought someone would find the new number anyway, probably. But also, it's also the victim shouldn't have to change their lives. We have to go after the bullies, right? So I understood that part, but still, I mean, as a mom thinking about my family, I would have been like, yeah, that phone would have been gone, that number would have been gone. Like, no way.
Right.
Well, I would have been alarmed because, to your guys' point, it was very specific details. And so I'm like, this person knows my kid.
Yeah.
So that would be the most alarming part, right? Is that even though you got rid, you're like always wondering who is this person, because obviously it has to be somebody we know.
Yeah. And because of this, fingers are being pointed at other classmates, because they know who she is. They know all this information about her. So it's a lot of finger pointing. I think at one point they thought it was Owen's best friend, who's a girl.
His cousin?
No, it was
and then the other girl who was kind of had a crush on him in middle school or something, and they were still friends. Yeah,
they were still friends.
Yeah,
and I could see how that happens, right? I mean, that would be kind of a normal kind of assumption.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, because of all these text messages and everything, and Lauren, her mental state just
starts
deteriorating. Emotional, sexual abuse, right?
So she starts deteriorating mentally, like emotionally.
Oh yeah, like everything, right? And then so Lauren and Owen made the decision to break up and to see if these were going to stop the text messages.
So is most of the text messages specific to her and Owen being together, and how this person wanted Owen to be with her and not like with Lauren.
Yes.
Okay.
So they break up. They're like, okay, if we break up, it's probably the best. These messages are going to stop. But it actually made things worse.
Oh, how so?
So Lauren just kept getting messages, threatening messages about just her body, her image, how she's ugly.
So now it's a personal attack on her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not necessarily just because Owen's out of the picture.
Yeah.
So now the text messages are directed towards her specifically.
Yes, but check this out. So he, they break up. Owen has this new girlfriend that lives in another state. Mm-hmm. The new girlfriend starts getting text messages from an unknown number.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I don't remember what the messages say. I don't know if they were like the same thing, like Owen is mine.
They were about Owen is mine and he doesn't like you and so on. And then that girl in there and her family were like, yeah, we're out.
Yeah.
So is anybody trying to find out who this is?
So law enforcement now gets involved.
Well, first the school.
The school,
we have to give them credit because I do think the school did what they could with their tool they had.
The superintendent, I think, was involved.
Or the principal. I mean, the authority was...
Who brought in the authorities?
The two moms.
Yeah.
So both the moms.
Lauren and Owen's mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, law enforcement gets involved. They start, tracking IP addresses, checking phone calls, everything. Sheriff gets involved. FBI gets involved.
That bad?
Yeah. So they start digging deep into like IP addresses, phone numbers.
Just out of curiosity, because obviously this is harassment, but nobody was physically hurt, or was this?
No.
Were they insinuating that they would hurt her, or like, I'm just curious, how did it get so far to like FBI?
Yeah, because at some point they wanted her to kill herself, and they said that if she didn't, they would finish her or something like that.
So it was a threat.
Yeah, there was
definitely a threat.
Yeah. So that's when the police escalated to FBI.
Oh, wow.
Because they had something tangible that the FBI.
So it went from just talking smack to her to actually threatening her.
Oh, yeah. Telling her to kill herself.
Yeah.
She's better off dead. Like horrible things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as FBI law enforcement start digging up, like trying to figure this out, they find out that all the text messages were linked to Lauren's mom, which her name is Kendra's number.
How did they find that out? Through like technology? Basically.
So the perpetrator was using an app that allows you to send under random numbers, and but that app, they got a subpoena to get the records, and they were able to see it was tracing back to IP addresses, and then they were able to track the IP addresses to the devices of the mom.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So, I mean, the thing is...
Did they believe that? Like, as soon as that, like, they discovered, did they believe it? Or they're like, okay, this is, like, off, and then let's just recheck the stuff?
No, the FBI and the lead detective from the police force, they believed it. Like,
I think at first they were shocked. They're like, what?
Yes.
Because the mom was, like... constantly calling the FBI, like, do you have any leads? Do you know who's doing this? But she's probably doing it to see if she was going to get caught, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
So did they play it off? Did she finally admit to it? Did she, like, how did they confront her?
So this is why you need to watch it, because they have body cam footage of when they confront her.
Actually.
Yes.
So it's actual footage.
So we see it happening.
Okay.
Yeah. So they go into her house and they're like, Kendra, we need to talk to you. And she's just like, okay. And so she's sitting down on the kitchen table, and they say, we did all this tracing, and, all this, we found the IP address, and this tracks back to your number. And she was just like, what? Like, okay. I can't tell if it was like, she just was like nonchalant about it.
Was she shocked?
There was a lot of nonchalance.
Yeah. How was she? So she played it out. So she was reacting like, okay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
There is a little bit of, am I going to deny? You can feel that. And then almost very, very fast, within a sentence or two, there's no much just... Yeah. Okay, what's the next step?
Well, she was like,
attitude.
I don't want Lauren to find out.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, she's going to find out.
she was like, yeah, can we just not tell her? And they're like, well, we're gonna have to tell Owen's parents because he also was threatened,
a victim,
and a victim, and they're like, and we're gonna have to tell also the poor girls that got also accused parents, because those parents were very mad.
So wait a minute. So she basically was trying to say, like, can we just like not tell anybody?
Yeah. Or at least not tell Lauren. And they're like, well, we can't control what Owen's parents are going to do. Right?
But as like law enforcement, did they just want to know why she did, like, the why? Did they try to drill her on the why?
So I've been watching a lot of police shows recently for some reason. Long story. But I think I've been watching a lot of shows recently, police shows, and I think they were using a technique. She looked like she was willing to talk. It felt that way, right? The body cam, like it looks like they don't have to push her too much.
Yeah.
And she may like ask questions that become answers for them or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I could see
they weren't being accusatory or like aggressive. Yeah.
No. And because I think they felt like she might tell us, like she might actually, and she did
explain why she was doing this.
She didn't explain. She just stated. Kind of.
So she admitted it, but she didn't explain why.
She said that she wasn't the originator of the first text messages. But then when they started, what story? Like that she wanted to continue them so they could find out who was sending the original ones. Like it's totally twisted.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes zero sense. It was like bullshit. Like she was trying to like bullshit her. She's like, I didn't send the original ones, but I'm like, girl, you still sent those nasty ass text messages.
Yeah,
like,
those are the worst ones.
Yes. She basically, volunteered that she was sending the ones that were nasty, like really
to find out who really did it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, so they bring Lauren in.
Okay.
And they tell Lauren, but she doesn't have the reaction that for me, I would have stood up and slapped my mom. I'm sorry. That's just how horrible, like for putting me through that. She was just very calm and very like, okay. And like the mom got up to
what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the mom gets up to like
hug her
and to,
comfort her.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, get the fuck away from her. Like, don't touch her.
Yes.
But like the daughter's letting her.
So Lauren was like in shock, or was she accepted? Did she believe it, or was she in shock and just couldn't comprehend?
It seemed like she was in shock.
So I think they called it sideration.
Yes, real footage.
Real footage
is real.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they call it sideration or something like that. There's a word in English, like where your system is so overwhelmed that you cannot have any emotion either way. It's beyond shock. It's a state of shock where you're paralyzed, basically. That I think that's what it is.
It was really sad actually, because she was just like picking at her toes. She was just very like, she like was shrinking herself, like hugging her body. Like her body language just did not look right.
Yeah.
And this is real footage.
It's real footage. Yeah.
And her mom came up to hug her and comfort her.
Like rubbing her back. And I'm like, get the fuck away from her. To
the point where I felt the one mistake I think law enforcement made is I would have come with a psychologist or a therapist or someone.
Where was her dad? Or
okay, so check this out. Check this out. So
I'm all like, wait a minute. Like,
so they call the dad. They're like, we found out he was at work.
Okay.
We found out who it was. You need to come home right away. He comes home right away. And they talk to him outside and they're like, so we find out that
it's coming from her.
It's coming from her, and you could tell like it's starting to brew in him. He still didn't have that same reaction. He was just like, what? Like, that's it. And then he says, she has another phone, a second phone.
So thinking like, this can't be her. Somebody stole her phone.
No, meaning she's still lying to you guys.
Yeah, because she still has this other phone hiding at the side of the house, or she has a second phone. This is not her only phone. So they go in and, you can see the dad. He's just like pacing back and forth.
So he believes this.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He believes this.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, you have a second phone? She's like, no, I don't. And they're like, no, you have a second phone. She's like, okay, it's on the side of the house. Yeah, right. I know. And not only that, they find out she's supposed to be like working as an IT person. She has not been working for 6 years.
How's that possible?
I don't know. The dad believes this somehow because the dad says that she handles all the finances.
She handles all the finances and takes care of everything.
So he doesn't know that she's not getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that she was a teacher.
I don't know.
No, she was a coach. Maybe that's what you read.
Yeah,
She was a coach at the high school.
Okay.
But like kids. She supposedly was supposed, but to me, right, Natalie, it seemed like he was more mad at the fact that she lied to him about working than the whole thing about... Right?
I don't know. I think he was also
just shocked.
So shocked.
Yeah.
And remember, they were hinting that they were having marital issues anyway. Yeah. So I wonder if he was beyond, like, he was ready to divorce anyway, no matter what.
I don't know. So, was he in the room when they told Lauren that it was her mom?
No, he came after that.
No, they called him after.
But he was like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
Like as soon as she admitted to it.
He's like, I called your parent. I'm going to call your parents. You're going to stay. She was like, I do not want to stay with my parents. He's like, no, I don't care where you go. He was pissed. He's like, get out of my house. How could you do this to our daughter? And then say that you haven't been working for 6 years, but the weird thing is that when they were asking him, like, did you not know about the finances? He's like, well, she handled all the finances. And I came home once and we got evicted from our house. And then I moved all our stuff into storage. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you didn't get mad at her? Like it was just weird to me. He's like, I moved our stuff into storage and then she didn't pay for the storage because we didn't have money for the storage. So we didn't have access to our stuff. And it was a lot of our memories in that storage. Like he was mad about that.
When Lauren found out her mom's comforting her, like, how did it end?
It just stopped like that. I think, it stopped with the dad saying, like, get out of my house. I don't care where you're staying. He's like, I'm not saying that it's forever, but like
as of right now, you can't be here.
He actually told the police, otherwise you're going to be called back soon for something more he didn't say more serious, but for something else. Like basically that he wasn't sure he could not harm his wife.
And the thing is, when he told her to get out, like get out of my house, get away from Lauren that's when she started crying.
Okay.
Like, so she was like emotional because like she realized like, okay, my mom is not going to stay here anymore. So she wasn't even, there was some disconnect there, right? Like
there's some disconnect
because you find out that your mom is like sending all these horrible text messages to you, calling you anorexic, telling you to kill yourself, saying all this stuff, but still you want your mom.
Like the mama bear in me just comes out. And I cannot. Cannot.
Yeah, I think what's maybe missing also in the documentary is that maybe we would benefit from hearing a healthcare professional explain maybe what's going, because it's really odd until the end to see Lauren's reaction to the whole thing is really odd. And I think that's why there's a controversy saying,
was she close to her mom?
Yeah.
They were close.
And apparently there's still controversy around the documentary about the fact that some people don't believe that Lauren and the dad were not in on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because their reactions seem so subdued. So I would love to hear a therapist talk about it and explain maybe.
And you were saying when you were texting me last night, they were calling it digital Munchausen's.
Yeah.
So like the mom didn't really explain why she did this other than she was helping with the investigation. But they were saying that she was probably doing this because they wanted Lauren to need her.
Yeah.
Because when this was all happening, Lauren was going to her mom, getting comfort from her mom.
I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, but you should watch it. But yeah, they explain about I think they call it cyber Munchausen, where it said, usually they will be doing something so that they're physically dependent. Their child becomes physically dependent on them through a fake disease, but they create symptoms. And they feel like that's what she did through cyberbullying so that the daughter would be 100% dependent on her. Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, that the daughter is still present. It's still very recent.
Yes.
So she's not yet an adult. She should be soon. Mm-hmm. So she can't see her mom, even though the mom is out of jail.
Oh, she's out of jail now.
There's still some type of restraining order. So the mom was in jail for like a year and a half or something?
Yeah, she was sentenced to 19 months, but they usually don't do the whole sentence.
So what was the public's reaction, I guess, like the people that obviously were involved, like Owen's family, the
Owen's mom feels very betrayed.
Yeah.
Because it was her best friend, right?
Yeah.
It was
and
supposedly
they were coaching together and doing a lot of things. The worst is the parents of the girl that was falsely accused. They're very mad.
Oh, they were pissed.
The anger is palpable. They just don't understand why it's not going further, and they feel they're the ones that say we think the dad, and
so they actually believe that it's a little bit more of a conspiracy.
A little bit. Yeah. They don't understand why Lauren and the dad were not investigated any further. They say, I don't know if it's true, that the police stop all investigation
once identified it to her,
and they feel like
there's more to the story.
Can't believe it. It's too hard to believe it. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. Yeah. But
it's just one of those documentaries where you still have so many questions. Yeah. And you also have to think about, this is a documentary from Netflix.
Yep.
It could be heavily edited. You don't know like when she said this. You don't know when her reaction was this. So they edit it to make you think a certain way, but it could be easily something else.
It could be, even at the end when they show Lauren in her bedroom, the whole time I was thinking, they might be editing when she's crying, when she's saying other things, right? Because the cousin, right? You see she's crying at some point, and then they completely skip, but she has those big red puffy eyes. Yeah. But you feel like they're trying to edit that part out. Like I felt a little bit of dishonesty there. Yeah. Like you're taking a lot of that interview out. I wonder what happened in between the takes.
Exactly. Or what did you cut?
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, are they portraying like that? Lauren like that because they were trying to tell a story, and she's actually more emotional than they're showing us. I don't know. Yeah. I can't tell. And
they do interview like Kendra's sister or something on the show.
Yes.
Asking about her, and she was saying that Kendra, which is Lauren's mom, is like, she always wanted attention. She was always the sister that wanted attention and did this and that. But they didn't dig deep into like if she had any more trauma in her life. But
what trips me out is the length of the harassment. I mean, it wasn't just like a month or 2 months or 3 months, but it spanned pretty much a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then when I took a look, just kind of reading through, she sent almost like over 300,000 messages. That is, to me, just like, oh my God.
Which is why she wasn't working, because that's what she was doing all day.
Yeah. But, in regards to the conspiracy, I mean, that's a good question mark, because, again, when they kind of did their whole investigation, the digital trail did prove it was her mom.
Kendra. Yes. Yeah. And she never said otherwise.
Yeah. And she did, in fact, pled guilty to stalking a minor. And her sentence was from 19 months to 5 years in prison. But she was released on parole as of August of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's been out for over a year now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm still kind of wrapping my head around all of this. I mean, what's your take, Liza, if you had to sum it up in regards to the why? Because to me, it's always the why.
Yeah.
Like, why would somebody do this to someone else? And then on top of that someone else happens to be your child, who you are actually seeing unfold, right? And yes, maybe there's some need that you love the fact that they need you, but I don't know. What do you take from this?
For me personally, what I take from this is that it's a control thing. Mom is clearly unhinged. We don't know what happened in her life or what made her act this way, but I think it just comes down to the whole Munchausen thing. Mm-hmm. She sees that her daughter gets this one text messages, sees how much her daughter seeks comfort from her mom because she's so upset by receiving this one text message. Then the mom just was like, okay, well, let's see how far I can go with this and push,
Would you forgive her if you were Lauren?
No, absolutely not. No.
Would you ever try to have a relationship with her?
I don't know. I don't know. And if you watch this documentary at the very end, they interview Lauren, and she's like, she was sending letters to her mom when her mom was in prison. And these letters were creepy. Like the mom is like obsessed with Lauren, obsessed. Like, I love you. Like it was not just a typical like I miss you from mom to daughter thing. It was like very unhealthy, like messages or handwritten letters to her daughter, right? So the daughter, you know, is just like, you know, I hope I can repair this with my mom. And she's like, I love her more than anything. But like if you watch the documentary and you look at the daughter's eyes, it just looks so dead. Like it doesn't.
She looks so dead.
Yeah. Like it just looks like she's kind of like hypnotized or so I don't know. Like if now that I think about it and I'm thinking about all those messages and what the mom said and what the mom did and how she lied for so long, I don't think I could ever forgive my mom for doing that. Like even if it was a friend that like, you know, I wouldn't.
For anybody, right?
For anybody.
But even worse because it is somebody you're supposed to be able to trust and feel safe with.
Like, can you imagine the kind of just mental instability Lauren has now because of this? Like for somebody to be your protector, someone that's supposed to protect you, someone that's supposed to love and nurture you, goes and betrays you this much for this long. It's not okay. It's not okay.
So did she get diagnosed like obviously she's unhinged.
Yeah.
So she's definitely not in the right frame of mind for whatever reason. But is she like getting help? Does she recognize it?
I don't think they mentioned that, right, Natalie?
They don't talk about it. Now it could be protected by HIPAA. So the documentary might not be allowed to protect. No, even for the mom.
Really? Oh, okay.
Either of them. Yeah. If the mom doesn't release to the documentary, they can't mention any of that unless it was in the court order. But you didn't see that, right? You read the court order, you said, and you didn't see any mention. I find it crazy that the court order would not mention, you know, that there's mandatory evaluation and treatment that are needed.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody knows it's unhealthy. You have to figure out why. Maybe because then she could do that to someone else.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know. That is so twisted.
What would you do, Natalie?
So twisted.
What would you ever, if your mom did this to you, would you forgive your mom?
I think it's so hard to try to project, right? Yeah. Because I'm sure it goes over, like there was prior manipulation, most probably, for it to get to that point. Because I can't believe that someone healthy would be doing that. So I believe
this is all premeditated. Like she's being thoughtful of it. It's not like something is just an urge. It's just like based on the duration and the taxes, this was a thought out, premeditated plan. And so that's actually the scariest part is that she's actually thinking this through.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is I think it must have been in her parenting from the beginning. If she wouldn't suddenly
just all of a sudden
become like that. She must have manipulated her child without maybe unconsciously, but from ever. So for Lauren, right, she didn't have the upbringing that I had. So I can't say like my mom would never do that. I can tell you that.
Well, and you know what? And I think she had this big crush on Owen too.
You do.
And she mentions it, and Owen's mom also said, and then Owen talks about some unhealthy things that Kendra was doing to him. Not physically, she never touched him, but she was
always at his games.
The attention she was giving him was not healthy.
Did she seem kind of off to anybody, or like she was just kind of a normal mom?
Normal. She was very involved, and except that the fact that she a special interest for him that everybody could see, but it didn't look. And she never assaulted him. There was nothing to report. I mean, he would just tell his mom, you know, it's weird. She comes to all my games, but what do you do with that? Right?
She would even travel to his away games.
Yeah.
This just makes me angry. It makes me angry as a mom for another mom to be doing this to just any child, but to even your own child. I mean, I think my reaction is just, I can't explain it. There's no explanation. No.
She told her own kid to kill herself. Oh, and check this out. The documentary people, they asked her, they're like, would you ever think that she would kill herself if you said that? Like, why would you say that? And she's like, honestly, no.
I know she wouldn't. Yeah. I know her. I know she would. And I'm like, well, you'd better study teenage psychology because you would be surprised.
Horrible.
Like I have a hard time texting my fucking daughter no. You know, can you imagine just doing that, right?
Yeah.
Like, go kill yourself. Yeah. Like, oh, what?
You're anorexic. You have a skinny ass. Like, it was horrible. Like, you need to, like, I know that you already know the premise of this, but Debbie, if you just watch this and you just see the reaction.
I can't. I'm already mad and I didn't even watch it.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. And she almost also tried to explain it, saying she didn't like the way she looked herself. She was projecting. And I hate it because I felt like it was the producer that kind of hinted was one of their questions for an out for her. And I'm like, why did you even ask that question? Like, why would you offer any out? Yeah. There's no out. Yeah. There's no out. It's like, you know, when someone abuses their children because they've been abused, I mean, it explains, but it will never excuse, you know.
Does she acknowledge that she made a mistake? Like, this is a mistake?
I did not get that feeling at all until the end of the documentary. But again, it's edited. So, you know, I try to stay
feel
neutral.
Like she just needs to you know, move, start a new life and just stay away from like everybody. Because there's no way to come back from that.
No, and
like there's no excuse. There's not. Like if let's pick Irene. If we found out that she did that to Alina, I would just be like, she needs to go away. Yeah, like she just can't be part of like this life anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't forgive that. There's no way to forgive it, right? And the mental and emotional impact that you have on your child to do that. I couldn't trust her.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's just not, there's no right on that. Like, there's no excuse to that. Yeah.
There's no excuse. You can say that you have trauma. You could say this and you could say whatever. It's no excuse. And
there isn't. And so, and what's the scariest part is she's planning it. Like she planned it for a long time. Like, sorry, Irene, you'd be like nixed out. Yeah. Like, sure. I couldn't do it. And I don't know, like if, let's say Paul goes, I forgive her. I feel like, oh my God. Like it's like watching a train just, you know, like with no brakes.
Well, I mean, it's like those, I forget what family it was, but mom goes, she has like a postpartum psychosis. She goes and kills like 5 of their kids. And the dad's like, I forgive her.
I don't know.
Like, do you, you know, is this really her? Like, or is it the mental illness? Like, you know, I don't know. You know, I guess it's like saying if you're drunk or high on something and you do something unforgivable. Do you, what do you blame? Do you blame?
I think that's different though, because it's like an accident or like, you know, I mean, not that it's not wrong. Of course it's wrong, but then there's like a, you know, like there's a little bit of okay, maybe they can, but like, how do you fix that? Like, how do you wrap yourself around like, okay, Irene did this. She thought about it. She did it for a long time.
But you know, some people are just wired that way. Some people think that like this mom, she thinks that she didn't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the scariest part. Yeah. That's like the scariest part. So I would say like this mom just needs to call it quits and like move somewhere else and start a new life. And
honestly, I don't think it would be safe for her to live in that community.
Oh yeah.
You feel so much anger from some of the community members, even though their children were not
impacted by it or accused.
Well, some were impacted, but not to the level that Lauren was.
Yeah.
I don't think it's safe. I could feel in the documentary that I'm like, oh, you don't want to see those parents. You don't want to be in a parking lot.
Yeah. I'm so surprised she went on that documentary to talk.
Yeah. But I think it shows the delusion.
Yeah, exactly. True.
It shows the delusion because when you replay the first half before we learn it's her, right? And that she's interviewed and she's part and so on. How can you play that role knowing the whole thing, right? And knowing you've been discovered, how can you participate in the first half of the documentary where she plays the victim. Like the mom of the victim.
Mm-hmm.
And it was edited again, and you know that's what they're after. So, but it was really well edited for sure. That
aren't they making a movie out of it or a series?
Probably like a Lifetime movie or Tubi or something.
It
I'm
would
sure
be.
it will. Yeah.
It's the kind of movie you cannot make until it happened in real life, because if you make it before it happened, everybody will be like, "That's a stupid storyline. No one would do that." Right? And then it happens. You're like, "Oh wow, okay, now we can make a movie."
I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking like, I don't want to watch it. I'll just get mad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. But
I'll just get mad.
Definitely, I went into it watching it thinking it was just some bunch of teenagers just being dumb, right? I didn't think it was going to be some big shock, and my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I feel for Lauren. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. So I hope she's been getting the help that she desperately needs.
Yeah, I hope she does.
And it looks like, according to the documentary, she's established this really good relationship with her dad. It's made her closer to her dad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, and I know we spoiled it, I highly recommend watching it just because of the footage that they show, and you can see like the emotions and everything. But thank you guys for listening.